how to change your toilet seal after a tile floor. Usually the tile floor raises this up a bit, but this one was up quite high because it's a lead piece that's molded over a brass ring, and then the brass ring is fastened to the floor. But I had to change the bolts. So how you change the bolts is you find there's a wide spot in here somewhere, and you gotta find that, and then the bolt will come out of there. See, it's wider there than it is in here, so you can slip it in there and then turn it around, and then you can spin that bolt so it doesn't work, or it doesn't turn when you're fastening the toilet down. This is called a can't leak one because it's got that little plastic seal in there, which actually is lower than the rest. So now we've got new toilet bolts. The old ones were too short because I added 3/8 of floor on here, and the bolts were too short, but I think the seal is fine. And now I'll just grab the toilet and set it down on the seal. I've got new bolts in there, and then I can draw it down into the wax seal. So it's not that hard, but sometimes after you tile the floor, you got to put longer bolts in. And if you've really, if the thing was level to begin with, if this flange was level to begin with, you may have to add a piece of flange, which you can do. You can buy the flange pieces at any plumbing supply or tile supply, I guess, and away you go. So I'm back to installing this toilet again after putting all the thicker tiles on the floor. We had to have longer bolts for the toilet, which we did before, but now also this is too short. The supply pipe is too short. So the best thing to do is replace it. This is what I always do. Replace it with about a 12-inch supply line, and these are much easier. You just hand tighten these. Tighten that a little bit with a wrench, but not much, because they have little rubber things in them and they can flex around and go. It's much easier than trying to work with this old stuff. No plumbers use this stuff anymore because this is much better. They're only about $5 and they really do the trick. They're called a steel supply line, or stainless steel toilet supply line. $5 in a local hardware store or lumberyard, and you got it made. You just hand screw it on here on the top, and then you fit it to the bottom. I always just bend them up like that, and that'll thread onto the bottom real easy. It's actually started there, so that's cool. That's how we do it. That's how we roll.